In this video, I'm going to teach you how to solve this question. So I had to bring out the diagram again because this one is not so clear. The question says determine the overall transfer function C over R of the system shown below by block diagram reduction technique. Solution. So the first rule I'm going to use is the rule for rearranging summing points. In order to solve this, that's rule 6b. Rule 6b. So rearranging the summing points and drawing the diagram again. So this is 1, plus minus G1 H3 G2. Rearranging the summing points, this is it, plus minus G3 plus minus this is your feed forward G4, then your output from this point down to your output. From this point down to your output, and from this point down to your output. Now we can proceed. There's a block here, H1. Correct that, please. There's a block there, H1 block. So the next rule we are going to apply, from the question we can see numbers attached to the block diagram, so I'm just going to add them back. So this is summing point 6 and 3, then this is for 4, then this is takeoff point 5, and this is takeoff point 2. Let's continue. So the next rule I'm going to apply is the rule for moving summing points. So we're going to move summing points summing point 3 beyond G3. Summing point 3 beyond G3 from rule 8. From rule 8. So this is summing point. This is summing point 3. So we want to move it to this point. So doing that, our diagram becomes arrow plus minus plus minus G1 H3 remains as G2 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 plus minus. Then this is G3 now, and this is the summing point after moving it beyond G3, and this is the next summing point. Then this is G4 this is your H1 this is your H1 this is your unity feedback loop, and this is your G3 H2 feedback. So now that we have applied this rule for moving summing points, the next rule we are going to apply is the rule to rearrange summing points. All these rules are just used to simplify the diagram in order to get the transfer function. So just follow simple rules and you'll be fine. So we are going to rearrange the summing points. From here we are going to move this arrow here to this other summing point and move this arrow to this summing point. So if you do that, this is what you should have. plus minus G1 G2 H3 plus minus G3 plus minus so now we have moved it, we have moved it now. G4 C output, arrow is the input, H1 G3 H2. This will be so doing that, this is the result. So from here, these two blocks, we can now see something. These two blocks are in parallel, so we can reduce them using the rule combine blocks in parallel. So if you combine blocks in parallel, you are going to have, if you combine blocks in parallel, which is just these two blocks, you're going to have this. G1 G2 and your summing point G3 plus minus G4 1 plus G4 G3 H2 and your output. This is your H1 H3. So this is This is what you get after combining those blocks in parallel. So moving forward and simplifying further, we're going to move summing point 6 beyond G3. That is rule 8. So this is from the initial diagram. We were numbering, so I just stopped numbering, but I think we need those numbers now. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 6, this is 3. Any number that is not here, just know that we have eliminated that. So 1, 2, 6 and 3. So this is, and this is 5. This is summing point 6. From here, this is summing point. This is summing point 6. So we want to move it beyond G3. Doing that should give us this plus minus plus minus G1 H1 H3 G2 G3 plus minus G4 over 1 plus G4 G3 H2 5. This is it. G3. So from here we can see that we have moved summing point 6. This is summing point 3, this is summing point 2, and this is summing point 1. Sorry, this is summing point 1. This is the input, and this is the output. So moving it, G3 will be added to the unity feedback loop. So it will no longer be unity but G3. So the next rule we can see that these two blocks are in series. in cascade. They are in series, so we can combine them and also rearrange summing points. There's a rule that we can use to move these summing points. We can move this feedback down to this summing point and this feed forward down to these summing points. There's a rule that we can apply. Rearranging summing points rule 6a and also combining blocks in cascade, like I said. Rule 1, that's the first rule that's on that table. So you should actually be watching this video with that table. You can actually save the image and also compare with these videos. Now if you do that, you have this G1 H3 these ones have been combined. These ones have been combined, sorry. These ones have been combined in cascade. G4 1 plus G4 G3 H2. C. H1 and the last. So we have successfully done what we wanted to do, moving feed forward. That's what we mean by rearranging summing points. So we can continue. This is what you have. So the next thing, we can see that these two blocks are in parallel. We can combine them too, and also these two blocks are in parallel. We can combine them. For here, for these summing points, the sign is negative. You can see it here. this one here, the sign is negative. But for this one that there is no sign, this one, assume sign to be positive. Like I said, assume sign to be positive. So the rule we are using now is the rule for combining blocks. The rule for combining blocks in parallel. So combine blocks in parallel. Rule 4. And also rule 2. If you observe, we have been using rule 4 most times because of just we have been having feedback. Rule 4 is for feedback loop. This is a feedback and this is feed forward. So rule 2 is for feed forward, rule 4 is for feedback. So after combining the blocks, you have this plus minus. So we are almost done with this question. G1 G2 G3 plus H3 G4 over 1 plus G4 G3 H2 plus G4 G3. Output, this will be H1 so this is what we have left. So you can see that we are almost done. Combining the next step is to combine blocks in cascade. From here, these three blocks are in cascade in series. So we can combine them. Combining them gives us G1 G2 G3 plus just multiply the 3. You have this H2 plus G4 G3 C output input. This will be H1 down to summing point 5. You can see that we are one step away from just one step away from the answer. Applying rule 4, because these two blocks are in parallel. These two blocks are in parallel. So applying rule 4 to combine blocks in parallel. Rule 4. Doing that, combining blocks in parallel using rule 4, you have this plus h3 g4 1 plus g3 g4 h2 plus 1 plus g1 g4 h1 g2 g3 plus h3 g3 plus h3. This is what you have. Now we can get the transfer function from here. Transfer function output over input is equal to this value. So transfer function C over arrow output over input. Transfer function is equal to G1 G2 G3 plus H3 G4 divided by 1 plus G3 G4 times H2 plus H1 plus G1 G4 H1 times G2 G3 plus H3. This is the solution to this question. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.